Good evening and welcome to the PCUP Challenge Round 6 live from Sebring. I'm James Parfitt, going to be joined in the booth by the mighty Dean Biggles here this evening with me as well. And we are here at Sebring, track length 5.79 miles, it's 5.79 kilometres, 17 corners with Sunset, the Le Mans as well, and the Almond Straight. Is going to be an absolutely epic evening of racing. Don't forget, tonight is sponsored by Blackout, based in Brisbane, Australia, serving South East Queensland. Electricians specialising in commercials, industrial renovations and fit outs, power systems analysis and switchboard replacements. But we can bring the mighty Dean Biggles into the booth with us this evening. Good evening, young sir. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. All the lights are on. The lights are working. Thank you to Blackout for sorting that one out. No, yep, definitely not into the dark, mate. Into the light, and actually into the evening that we are here local time in Sebring. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge for the drivers with the conditions. The track condition obviously getting a little bit cooler, and a lot of those drivers are out on track, James.
Yeah, we have got quite a few pro and lambs here this evening as well. They are separated by obviously the green and the white, so pay attention to that one, as you will be able to see there as well. The guys in pros and in AMs. We got into qualifying. We are currently at this moment in time, so we will bring you up the championship table a little bit later on, and we will have a run through of that one as well. But Sebring, Biggles, a classic circuit here this evening.
Certainly is. That's the one that everybody, I think, has downloaded in their iRacing library for sure. And if you haven't, I don't know what you're doing out there in the chat, of course. Dad Time Racing, you were second, my friend. I beat you just a little bit, but good to see you in the comments there as well, the live chat. We love to have everybody chatting along with us, don't we, James? So that we can get probably into, maybe if we get time, to talk about blue flags, talk about its Glock moments and interlagers, talk about anything you really want to. But I'm quite sure, James, with this amount of cars on the track, around this classic track, might not get a lot of time to look away from the screen.
No, definitely not. I think it's going to be a busy one. We did hear last week as well from some of the winners of last week that did say this is going to be interesting. So there we go. That was their terminology.
So, question mark after the interesting?
Yeah, pretty much. I think
or an exclamation mark.
I think the problem is as well is they're gonna, it's very bumpy, and obviously without traction control or anything else here, it's going to cause a bit of a problem. And for them, they're going to have to cope with it. I don't know how they're going to cope with it, but they're going to have to try and cope with it somehow here this evening. So be ready for this one, as we will be able to pick up Xander Reed. He is currently leading the championship, so we will pay attention to him as he goes round on his flying lap.
Well, James, you know what time it is? It's the SDK, Cyber off your SDK software time as James is going to take in a hot lap around Sebring. Go ahead, James.
So here we are going around turn 1, of course, up to the tricky parts of turn 2, 3, 4 and 5. We're going to go left for 3 and then we've got to kind of straight line this area for 4 and round to the left hand side of 5. You've got to wait absolutely ages. It's a long old turn as we start on the run around Big Bend now, which is turn 6, and all the way down into the hairpin for turn 7. You're going to be looking for the 3 cones on the left hand side. You're going to want to start on the brakes, down through the gears you go into second gear there with Xander Reed on the accelerator and straight lining this as much as possible on the run round through Fangio, which is 8 and 9, and then we come into the tricky turn 10 again, looking for the cones on the left hand side. You'll be able to hit them. Down you go through the gears on the brakes and down into second gear for the right hander, and then around turn 11, which is Qualy. You're going to be waiting up into 4th, and off you go around through into turn 13 again. Cones on the right hand side, down through the gears we go, and then we've got to get on the gas as soon as possible for this run around Bishop. Turn 14, we're going to position our car, should position the car to the left there, get it straightened on that curb. Round we go to the next left as well. Cones on the left, down you go through the gears, spur gear, hugging that apex, taking as much as you're allowed, and then turn left here, and you've got to hang your car out to the left hand side before you go right. Round through Le Mans we go and out through turn 16. On the accelerator now, we're going to be flat out as much as we can down the Allman Straight. This is where most of the overtake's going to take place. Now this is where it's going to get tricky going into Sunset. 3 possible ways. You're going to go in full throttle, brake, let it run out wide like Xander does, and then on to the accelerator just at the corner of the wall, and then we go around trying to turn that wheel as much as possible, hoping the car sticks, and then we're going to come across the line, and we should get a pole position lap if I'm not mistaken, and we do on a 2:02.422. So there we go. That was a lap of Sebring, and a very tricky circuit without ABS, without traction control, and all you got is your right foot and the left foot for the brake and hoping for the best. So there we go. Happy days.
I love your it took quite a while, didn't it? 2 minutes and change to get around there, but we do love to tune into your hot laps guide there, James. So I think you know what you're doing. You've driven some of these tracks before multiple times. Where would you rate this track actually, James, in your top 10, top 5
I
tracks?
don't mind this track, to be fair. You know, I think Sebring's one of them circuits that once you've driven like multiple times, you know, obviously I did the 12 hours of Sebring here with the LSRL boys, and we were driving, obviously we were in the Mercedes, and I drove for about 3 hours around Sebring throughout the 12. So, you know, I was on the track for a long old time at the end of the day, and I really like Sebring. I think it's got something about it that just makes it a little bit more, I don't know, exciting, interesting. You know, the bumps can be challenging, and I think for these guys, they've just got to really try and control their bumps, because if they don't, it's going to be a big old in the wall. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one, and one that these guys are going to have to get used to and try and control. But it's going to be a difficult evening of racing, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see people facing the other way, to be fair, because it's just how Sebring is, and turn 1 is going to be the challenge as well, because they've got to be able to go down into turn 1 off the start line, of course, and that on its own right causing a challenge, because they've got to hug the left hand side of the wall. If you're on the outside around turn 1, there's a big old kitty litter waiting for you there, mate, and it will not be nice on your tyres.
Oh, I like this big kitty litter, of course. I love the kitty litters. But how do you? Well, I was going to ask you, how would you? I guess that sounds like a suspension setup that you would have to change if you wanted to make the car handle the bumps a little bit differently.
It's so difficult. We say that the Porsche does Porsche things, and it can be really random. 1 minute you're fine, you're doing the same thing for 40 laps, for instance, and then on lap 41 you're going to spin the thing. There's no true understanding as to why you spin it, but it just happens, and it just does, as the saying goes, it just does Porsche things. 1 minute it'll drive like it's on rails, like it's a Lamborghini, and it will fly. Next thing you know, bang, back end will step out for no apparent reason, and you will go round, and that's the problem. It's just so unpredictable. No traction control, no ABS, of course, so it's going to be even more difficult. They've got to try and get over these bumps and be able to work out where the bumps are to get on the accelerator. That's what they've got to do. But there we go.
Yeah, well, if Mercedes sorted out the porpoising problems in the past, I'm sure they could sort it out for this one. And that is just about it. Is it? James, go ahead with the qualifying results, please.
The grid is on your screen. Tyler Reid in first, Ayden Young second, Mikey Hownick third, Patrick Hinkston fourth, Michael McLeod fifth, Michael Carrillo sixth, Adam Morrow seventh, Ariel Gillian is in eighth, Jeremy Littleton takes the pole in ninth, Adam Schmidt in 10th, Carl Ribbin 11th, Alex Witt down in 12th place. Then beyond that, Jonathan Deckisher in 13th, Mark Santana 14th, Darren Rutherford 15th, Matthew Wyckoff 16th, Tyler Anderson 17th, Colby Warren 18th, Gary Watson 19th, Rob Rodriguez 20th, Sean Mulholland 21st, Anthony Robinson 22nd, Luigi Santiago 23rd, Samuel Sproul all the way down in 24th. That's going to be a big dent for him. Shannon Moffrell 25th, Dan Morera 26th, Charles Edward 27th, Young Choi 28th, Jeffrey Seabrook 29th, and Jordan Miller is down in 30th place. The last man on the grid. 30 cars here this evening, so get yourselves ready for this one because it is going to be an absolute classic race as we wait for our pole man to get on to the circuit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get we have to stream this in 4K so you can see all those names on the timing board. 30 drivers, James. This is going to be insane. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun for a lot of the drivers, but it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is. You can see we've got Canadians, Americans, Australians as well, just for good health. All here this evening. The Heat 1 will be 15 minutes and then Heat 2 will be a 30-minute feature. So we're just waiting for Ariel Gillian to get on to the grid and then we'll be ready to go as we have a look around the poleman's car. Xander Reid there as well. As I say, pros represented by green on the timing tower, AMS in white. And we're going to be ready here on pole position. The lights are going to be coming on now. You can see here is Xander Reid. What is he going to be able to do? 4 lights, 5 lights. It's green and away we go. Unfortunately for Ayden Young, he did not go anywhere. The only place he went is down the order, dropping all the way down into 5th. He lost 3 off the start. Here we go, round Sebring, turn 1, and it is currently Xander Reid. And out, there we go. Out they go, all down the back end of the field, into the wall. And welcome to turn 1 of Sebring. And that is the problem. Then 4 cars in the back is what is going to be causing this issue. Tyler Anderson, Matthew Wyckoff, Michael Carrillo and Adam Morrow all gone there at turn 1. And just about, to be honest, Biggles, that's where the problems are going to lie.
It is, and I feel for Ayden Young. He fell faster backwards than a SpaceX super heavy rocket. I'm not quite sure if that's too soon, but it was a little bit earlier. But look at the battles brewing in the mid here. James has got their headlights on. There's in the evening of Sebring. It's cool temperatures, but hot drivers.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a manic first few laps. To be fair, they're going to have to settle down and just wait patiently, I think, and pick your places off where you can and hope for the best. Because I tell you what, if they don't, they're going to be in that massive collision area like they have been in turn 1. Luigi Santiago here has just been overtaken by Anthony Robinson further down the field. Young Choi, of course, newly promoted to pros this week. He's trying to fight his way back, as is Shannon Moffrell, another Pro-Am promotion here as well. So Shannon has gone up into the pros for this week. So it's going to be interesting to see how Shannon gets on, currently sitting in 18th
collision.
place. Oh.
Sorry, so that's Darren. I think Darren got contact from behind there, James. We get that one back in a second there because I was keeping my eye too on Samuel Sproul because he's just made his way up 12 positions now, James. Just slashed through the field like you're like butter on your toast in the morning.
Yeah. Darren Rutherford there, another victim of an evening new to the season tonight as well, and unfortunately for him, he has gone off. That is Charles Edwards sitting up behind Shannon Moffrell there as well. Carl Ribbin, Patrick Hinkston has just lost a bunch of places there as well. He is literally falling down the order. Down into 9th place is Patrick Hinkston in the pink car. I don't know, I'm not fully aware of a slowdown off the last turn, but clearly that looked like it could possibly be that. Besides, side by side here as well, Jonathan Deckisher and Carl Ribbin. Deckisher on the left-hand side, car 139, Ribbin on 44, or Deckisher's going to have the inside line, and Adam Schmidt hopefully trying to follow him through as well, because unfortunately now for Carl Ribbin, he's well out of where he should be, and now Adam Schmidt is obviously going to try and get him down into the hairpin.
Good racing, you had to say. And who's going on in the background there, James? Just lurking one down on the inside. That's a Bolden Pro, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
What was that?
Patrick Hingston, I don't believe.
Yes, it was Patrick, the 93 machine. Now, he has dropped four places since the start, but he just made up 2 just like that, mate. 2 for 1 special.
Yeah, Luigi Santiago is off as well. He's got off. Charles Edward has had an incident and dropped down the field. So there's a couple that have had problems here, but Carl Ribbon's under pressure.
Adam's had a spin. Yeah. Adam Smith, unfortunately, from Team Smith, has gone around. That's the 12 machine. We love your livery, my friend. He's got to wait for a lot of the cars too.
There's another 19 there as well. That's Jeffrey Seabrook going and joining him. So Schmidt and Seabrook decided they were going to go off and do it together in what looks like round number 28 there as well. Young Choi and Shannon Moffrell look like they may have gone off together as well. I told you, this is the bumps of Sebring causing all these problems, and that is where the problem will be. Mikey Hownick has got Ayden Young literally right behind him as they come around the final corner at Sunset. You can get on the gas now, you've got to let it wait, but you can get there. There you go, Ayden Young is out and on his way there as well. Chasing down Mikey Hownick in front, the battle for 3rd and 2nd place respectively.
Good to see Ayden doing feastly forwarding his car. He wants to make up for the bad start that he had. I said he's too used to a SpaceX Super Heavy rocket, but at the moment he's engaged his thrusters and looking and see if he can find his way past a Mikey that's up the road there. And that's something he has to do it soon because Xander Reed is down the road by 3 seconds, James.
Yeah, he's already gone already as well. Kajeri, if you just noticed, it looks like it's only just kicked in there, bud, as it's changed up Mikey Hownick's livery. And Ayden Young is blinking. That's really not going to help the situation, I've got to be honest, all at the same time. Michael McLeod is another one battling away with Jeremy Littleton. Then further back, Colby Warren, Tyler Anderson, Sean Mulholland, Michael Carrillo and Adam Schmidt all battling away there. As you can see, everybody's livery's frickling. I guess Trading Pace has literally just kicked in there, so as you typed it in the message, that was a little bit scary.
Yeah, I believe there's some still to load in there, James, because I'm seeing some little bit of differences, but that's okay. That's because it's 30 of them to load. And there's some fantastic 30 liveries to load, so it'll sort itself out. As we're in Heat 1, lap 3, 9 minutes and so to go. Ayden did get the job done up at a P2. Jeremy Litton and the Twisted Racing team is up 5 positions in a P4. What are the other battles that are brewing on track there, James?
Yeah, these are the closest ones currently at the moment. There's Michael McLeod up behind Jeremy Littleton. Colby Warren is another man. He's chasing down Ribbing in front of him, and Michael Carrillo is chasing down Sean Mulholland. There's a group of cars there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that could end up coming together. Ayden Young and Mikey Hownick are side by side going down the Allman at the moment. Hownick on the left hand side. No, he's not. He's going to disappear.
Oh, he's blinked. Yeah. Oh no, that's
Ayden
scary.
Young is on the right. And takes that position away there as well. So Jeffrey Seabrook has not had a good night. He's had 2 incidents so far, and he looks like he's just had another one on lap 3.
Michael McLeod's making a great exit for the KY Jellyfish machine, 115 there, James. You can see just in the background. So he has to commit here right now. Bang. Commits to the corner into the apron. Now scrub a little bit of speed, and we'll see whether or not Jeremy can come back on this one. I don't think so. So Michael's going to have to hold him off for a little bit. Throw on the dummy there, Jeremy.
Yeah, they're side by side behind Patrick Hingston and also currently Jonathan Deckisher. So they're side by side running around that little mini section. Samuel Sproul, of course, we've talked about Samuel being up an absolute bunch of positions currently at this moment in time. And he is up 14 places. 15, 14, 15. There you go. 15 places for Samuel Sproul. And as he comes down into the hairpin, it's a difficult one with this side by side. The Tommy Tower don't like it.
We have the pros and the AMs, right? I think we need a blackout class because this man's just on a different level.
Yeah,
it's just slicing through the field like as I said, like it's nothing, mate. I'm sure you have the perfect puns for that one there, James. Whatever he's doing, it is working.
Yeah, slicing through the field like a hot knife through butter.
There you go.
There you go.
That one.
And funny enough, it involves food. Surprise, surprise.
Of course. And speaking of food, of course, and I'll get this one in real quick there. If we get to 1K subscribers, James will give us one of those fantastic food casts on the after the 22nd of May. That's the time you have to get their 1K subscribers in his channel here, this fantastic broadcasting network. And then we'll get that food cast. Anyway, go back to the battles, of course. There's a battle brewing between P9 and P10. I think you got that one right on the cue there, Director James.
Carl Ribbon and Colby Warren. Warren's just run round the outside of Ribbon. And Ribbon just lost a place in the most unexpected area of the circuit through 12 and 13. He was coming around 15, sorry, and 16, and he just lost it going around there as well. He got run round the outside. That would have been unexpected. But Warren is going to try and have another go. Is he going to hold off here from Ribbon behind him, going around Sunset? Warren's got in a little bit wide. Ribbon's going to try and get him on the inside now. He's going to run down the start-finish straight. He's going to have to be on the outside line for turn one. Tucks in behind him once more. He goes and tries to take the inside line. It's going to be the last of the late breakers. There's movement behind him as well. And currently at the moment, Alex Witt and Rob Rodriguez. Rodriguez looked like he moved twice down the start-finish straight there, causing a problem for Witt. You never want to be doing that. Oh! That's not your choice. Tyler Anderson.
Anderson. I thought I saw that. I saw Anderson dropping on the timing board table to your left. Mighty Jew, that the SDK is available, and we'll see if the link's in that post there. If it's not, I'll get that one up so everybody can check this timing table, so you can kind of keep an idea what's going on if you are supporting any of the drivers. Your fans, your drivers, your sons, your daughters, your zeros and ones. We don't know anymore, isn't it? ChatGPT runs everything. 2023. Yeah. We're not even real people, by the way. James and I are just AI casters. Anyway, James, this is a great racing, but
they are talking about bringing in AI casters. You know that, right?
Oh, no, James. Come on. We've got nothing to do anymore.
I know. I don't have to pay anyone. I can just bring in robots and they'll do it all for me. It'll be great.
Will they have the puns? Probably, actually, they will at some point in the future.
They probably will, to be fair, won't they? They'll be able to be all a little bit puntastic. So, there we go. Be aware of that one.
Wish I had drum roll for you.
Great. There is your live timing link there as well, guys. You can check out who is where and what is going on in the race currently at this moment in time. Jonathan Deckisher there. Currently got Samuel Sproul is now up 16 places. Sproul is just on another level currently with 4 minutes remaining. Young Choi is trying to do the difficult job of running around 14. Can he hold it? He's got there's somebody on our inside. That is Sean Mulholland. Young Choi goes around turn 15, coming through Lamont now, round 16, and he gets the job done. Back up front, Rob Rodriguez has got Alex Witt once more tucked up right behind him. How is this one going to work out here for Rob? How many times is he going to try and move this time? You only want to make it once.
Well, it's that livery on it, isn't it? I'm trying to see. There it is. Yeah, Rob. That's Rob up the road. Alex is the one in the background there with that fantastic. I can't even see what the livery is there, James. But anyway, you're running on board with him right now, as you can see. Just a little bit further up there is Carl. So any possibility of a few little tangles here. If gap car equals maybe overtake.
Yeah, he's got Bojangles on his car. That's
Bojangles, that's what it is. Oh, look at this. Speed difference here. What happened there? Was that
slow down?
Rob, go. Oh, it's a slow down from Alex, I believe.
Ribbing must have got a slow down.
Oh, Ribbing.
Ribbing in the green and white because he went very slowly and he's just lost 2 positions.
Either that or he's too kind, or he just got a message to say his phone that he has an Uber pickup on turn 2.
Your optimism, he's too kind. You show me a kind racing driver.
James, we have 30 kind of racing drivers here at the moment. All the best lads, guys and girls everywhere, of course, off the track. When they're on the track, they're mortal enemies.
Yeah, they definitely are. So it's going to be how this one's going to pan out. Let's see how this one works out here with Alex Witt and that at the moment, and see how he gets on as he's chasing down Rob Rodriguez. And Carl Ribbon is being dropped off the back. Jonathan Deckisher and Samuel Sproul are within about 3 attempts at this moment in time, just as they come onto the Ullman straight. Sproul should take that inside line away. The 66 over the 139. If he can get up close enough, he probably will have a good old go. He's got a nip if he's going to go anywhere. The blackout boy, Samuel Sproul, up the inside.
Come on,
he goes.
Get it done for Australia, my friend. Get it done for the Kiwis and Australia. Yeah. It's New Zealand, actually. Sorry about that one, my friend. But there it is.
All day he was going to do that. There wasn't a shadow of a doubt he was going to go to that one, I'll tell you that much. And he's managed to make it through. So fair play to him. So the New Zealander, of course, not the Australian.
Well, it just says Australia and New Zealand, but it is New Zealand, of course, of the Blackout. But then again, remember, Blackout's based in Brisbane, Australia, so we're kind of combining a bit of both here. Of our sponsors, of course.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to save myself, aren't I?
I know, you might want to stop digging there, mate, because the only place you've got to go now is to reach Australia when you dig far enough down, so you might want to knock that one off. That was always a joke with my grandparents when I was on the beach. They were like, if you dig far enough, you'll reach Australia. Yeah, not the fact of the
It's not the exact opposite, but no.
No, shush, it's my granddad. They always told me that. I think they used it as a threat to stop me digging deep holes on the beach. I think there was a little bit of like...
How far did you get, James?
I got to be fair, I got above my head, so that was about 4.5 feet at the time, because I was only little. So I did pretty well. I dug so far down there was water in the bottom of my puddle. So, I got so far. It was all right.
Oh yeah, I did that. Like everybody does that in Australia as a kid, and it's obviously it felt a lot bigger at the time when you're small. Everything is always bigger when you're small. Anthony, I think, had a little bit of a moment there. Anthony Robertson.
Yeah, he did.
We have 3 retirements, I believe, in this race too, James.
Yeah, Moffrell, Carrillo, and Sebring. Sebring has not had a good evening. However, I am interested to see what happened to Shannon Moffrell. The leader has come round. He's just coming around the final corner, and he will be taking the white flag this time around in this short 15-minute sprint race, of course. So let's see how Zandery gets on as he goes over the line. There's Barney. Can confirm Sproul is a Kiwi, but currently lives in Oz. So you got the best of both.
Oh, there you go. Wow. I was correct. Thank you very much. Woohoo. I want a formal apology. I want a written apology from you, James.
Yeah, you got more over winning the lottery, mate. You know what I mean? You're never going to happen. Hold on a minute, right? He's a Kiwi. He's not an Australian, and if you call him that, it's like calling an English person Scottish. It's just not going to happen.
It's the same, isn't it?
Or the Scottish person from the United Kingdom. Yeah, that's never good either. So,
or Irish. Yeah, I mean, we wink it. So that's
exactly.
Or calling an American a Canadian and vice versa, that sort of thing. It's all the love. You missed, by the way, the Costa Rican drivers. There's 2 of them. One's out, unfortunately. One's still racing in P15. So when you went through all those flags before, James, I caught you on that one. Missed the Costa Rican drivers.
That's partly because I wasn't sure what flag it was. Because in my head, I almost had the Philippines, and I was like, is it the Philippines flag?
No.
So
first country I visited in Latin America, right there, Costa Rica. Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's Costa Rican flag. Thank you very much, my man, the global traveller that is Biggles, the Australian that's not in Australia.
That's right, mate. That's going to give you, the world is your oyster. You got to explore it. But I tell you what, Mr. Reed has explored this track, and the quickest as everybody right now, isn't it? Just dominating form once again. The American driver from the big Texas state, of course, and unfortunately, my friend, you'll be picking up some of those SpaceX heavy rockets that was launched from Texas earlier today. I'm going to keep bringing that up, James, because it's still fresh.
Apparently, though, nobody was injured, and it just kind of blew up on the second phase of changing over. So.
Yeah.
But
Elon Musk didn't have too much of a smile on his face. He was there in launch control, but then again, he's like, well, yeah, I make a couple $100 million a day. What's to lose? Do
you know the weirdest thing is when I watched the video? When I watched the video of it blowing up, everybody was clapping. Zandery goes across the line.
Yeah, Xander's clapping.
He takes the video. They were clapping. They were like, yeah. I'm like, dude, the thing just blew up, bro.
You just had everybody spend like a year on and change of engineers and designers and everybody, and then anyway, we'll get back to the race results here, and we'll talk about that later. Yeah,
Jonathan Deckisher has just gone over the line, of course. Here comes Alex Witt and Carl Ribbon. They've got the run down to the line. How's this going to work out? Witt's going to get it. Witt got Ribbon. He did not get Rodriguez, though, mind you. He's still tucked up behind Rodriguez. There's a very fast runner there. He's just about to go and torpedo the barrier as we wait for Tyler Anderson to come through as well. So it was Littleton, Deckisher, and currently Rob Rodriguez in the places for the arms, of course.
It rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Rob Rodriguez. There you go. If you get that little rolling, you're going to have to practice that, James. You are going to Spain, remember, on the 22nd of May.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, right? Somebody said to me, they were like, you need to learn Spanish. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to learn Spanish.
That was me
in like 5
the other night,
weeks.
Lightspeed Racing, remember?
Yeah, I'm not going to learn Spanish in 5 weeks, bro. It's never going to happen. And then we got to wait for Luigi Santiago.
Just add an O or an A to the end of everything. So,
Oh, Santiago.
That's what I've been learned to do that.
It's running off track, unfortunately for him. So
wow. Yeah, still waiting for some drivers to finish this. I was surprised, actually, that Xander Reed wasn't close enough to lapping people at some point.
He wasn't far off it, to be fair. Not going to lie. These are about... How far back are they currently from the leader? They're quite far back from the leader at the moment. So, yeah, Santiago.
I hope you got a swig of water, James, because you're going to have 30 names to go through and those results come up in a minute.
Nice and easy, bro. Nice and easy.
You do it so well, actually. I struggle.
It's no different to the 60 we do on Sunday for an F3 league. You know what I mean? Well, through that one for the IGP. So,
well, that's the reason why, mate, you are nominated for a VCO Simi Award, of course, because you're one of the best casters on the planet. You are the best caster on the planet, James. Just don't tell anybody else that.
Well, I was going to say, I didn't win, so clearly somebody doesn't agree with you. Right, Xander Reed is in first place, Ayden Young second, Mikey Howanick third, Michael McLeod fourth, Jeremy Littleton fifth, Patrick Hinkston sixth, Samuel Sproul seventh, Jonathan Deckisher eighth, Colby Warren ninth, Rob Rodriguez Jr. is in 10th, Alex Witt 11th, Carl Ribbon 12th, Mark Santana 13th, Adam Morrow 14th, Dan Morera 15th, Gary Watson 16th, Adam Schmidt 17th, and Matthew Wyckoff is down in 18th place. And then beyond that one, after 18th, we have 19th, Charles Edward, Tyler Anderson 20th, Ariel Julian 21st, Sean Mulholland 22nd, Jordan Miller 23rd, Anthony Robinson 24th, Luigi Santiago 25th, Darren Rutherford 26th, Young Choi 27th, Shannon Moffrell, of course, down in 28th, Michael Carrillo 29th, and Jeffrey Seabrook, who had an absolute horrible race, down currently in 30th place there as well. So we are going in to a brief little session now before we change over for the feature race. So sit down for that one as well. Dad Time Racing, woo! That's all it's
Yeah, I was going to say Dad Time Racing. There's one thing that James hasn't mentioned yet. You got to get your popcorn.
Oh yeah, grab your drinks, get your popcorn.
Taking a while there, James. We had to go through a heat before you got your popcorn reference up there with
I know, but it is very early in the morning for me. Give me a break.
Yeah. You don't really have popcorn like for breakfast, do you?
No, but I have just eaten a bowl of cereal before I went live.
Ah. Now, we can't mention the cereal brand. We're not sponsored by.
All right, well, it was chocolate.
Didn't have your Vegemite on toast, mate. Because
definitely not.
That's the reason why.
No, that's just
That's the reason why Samuel's so fast.
Yeah,
he has his Vegemite on toast.
It's just so wrong. But what we will do while we've got about 20 seconds is bring you up the championship standings here. Here is the standings in the pros currently. Xander Reed in first, Samuel Sproul second, Michael McLeod third, Charlie Puya fourth, Mikey Howanick fifth, Adam Morrow sixth, Adam Schmidt seventh, Ayden Young eighth, Colby Warren ninth, Shannon Moffrell 10th, Dylan Van Der Beek in 11th, Jeremy Littleton 12th, Bryce Rodriguez 13th, Troy Fenelon 14th, Michael Carrillo 15th, Ariel Julian 16th, Corey Lazarus 17th, and Tyler Anderson is down in 18th place. Then beyond that, Patrick Hinkston, Mark Lampert, Aaron Hall, Alexandra, Alex Witt, Alexander Wilfert, Ryan Wildfert, Philippi Straffarelli, Alan Ali Hunt, and Bannock OB there as well is your last ones. We've got just enough time. Why they're all gridding up to run you through the AMs very, very quickly as well here this evening. And at the top is that is Carl Ribbon, Dan Morera, Rob Rodriguez, Charles Edward, Jonathan Deckisher, Sean Mulholland, Matthew Wyckoff, Gary Watson and Hayden Bush. Luigi Santiago rounds out your top 10. Anthony Robinson, Jeremy Littleton, Jean William, Jeffrey Seabrook, Young Choi, Drew Stanley and Michael Blaze round out 17. John Krauser is in your 18th position, and beyond that as well, Jose Marie, Jordan Miller, Mark Darnell, Benjamin Harris, Patrick Ingston, Noel Hanna, Benjamin Roush, Armour Brusso, Zachary Lewis and Sawyer Gaia are your last ones there as well. Samuel Sproul is currently sitting in second place. Obviously Xander Reed is in 6th at the moment with your top 6 reverse, so he's going to be trying to come through the field as well and try and get a double victory here this evening currently at the moment. This is Michael McLeod. I know Samuel all the way up front row in the reverse grid. Dang it. Yeah, Samuel Sprout. Well, here we go. Jonathan Deckisher and Patrick Hingston have not made the grid, so it is Samuel Sproul going to be on pole as we enter into the night here at Sebring for the 30-minute race left to go, and it is Samuel Sproul out in front. There's movements all the way across there as well. Michael McLeod, Jeremy Littleton, they're going to be free wide into turn 1. Somebody's going to lose out on the outside there. Is Xander Reed going to be able to make it through? He's going up into 3rd place and he's only just got off the line. He's up 5 places already. There's going to be carnage going into turn 3 and everybody's made it through at the moment. Shannon Moffrell dropping down the field. Everybody's backing up round turn 2 and 3 as they're still trying to run side by side, and that never generally works. And there we go. There it is.
Oh, wow. There's a massive pile up at the back, isn't there, James?
Yeah.
I'm seeing my race control messages light up red, and that doesn't mean good. Red means stop, not go. Michael McLeod also making up a place there whilst he's chatting us to in the chat there. Xander Reed, of course, making up 5 positions there, James. And but that's the Xander Reed needs to get on with this because he knows that Samuel Sproul there will be right up the road. And Samuel's on a massive attack from Mikey too, James.
Yeah, it definitely is as well. Jeremy Littleton is another one there giving him an attack. Let's give you a list. Schmidt, Julian, Watson, Wyckoff, Mulholland, Carrillo, Rutherford, Robinson, and Seabrook all involved with Carl Ribbon as well for good health. And then Gary Watson's just had an incident as well, and he's going down the order there as well, plunging down like an elevator with no brakes at Trump Towers, and has dropped all the way down 7 places into 23rd currently at the moment. Jeremy Littleton, though, has got currently, this is Ayden Young trying to chase us down. Ayden Young's got the inside line as he's coming round now into turn 16. He's going to be going through Le Mans, and it is Young through. Alex Witz is going to try and come through on this run down the Ulman now as they're coming down with Jeremy Littleton.
When does the lift ever fall? I'm going to indict you on that.
When the brakes fail.
They never fail. There's so many safety fail things. Anyway, we'll go back to the race. James, you're going to get just...
You're spoiling my pun. Knock it off.
I am spoiling your
pun.
Apologies about that one, my friend.
Don't make me, you know what I mean? Yeah. Don't make me come over there. I'll tell you.
It's a great battle for P1 too, James, because the
Alex
Florian...
in the wall,
Alex, stay out of the wall, mate.
Xander Reed going to go up the inside of Mikey Howanick. There is Reed. And now we've got a Sproul Reed battle. This could be interesting.
It will be very interesting.
Yeah, Rams goes racing. Wow, do you not need sleep, mate? You obviously don't need your beauty sleep like me. I do generally need a lot of it, mate. I will go to bed after this, and I'll probably sleep through till about 11, 12 o'clock tomorrow. And then I'll do it all again tomorrow. So it really don't make no difference.
He has a holiday on the 22nd of May, so if you get 1K subscribers, we're at 925, then we get James a holiday. But don't get the 1K, James. You're not going anywhere, my friend.
Well, I am, mate.
Tell you what, Santana and Morena, they went to exchange a rowing position there, Peter. I'm not going to tell your wife, mate. No way.
You go and tell her. Go on, I dare you.
Don't mess with the missus, mate. You don't mess with the better half.
Sproul Reed side by side into turn 10. You can see the picture at the top bottom right hand corner. And then we've got Xander Reed and Samuel Sproul. This is your front battle, of course, and then you've got battles further down from there currently at the moment with Mikey Howanick as well. So here we go on the rundown once again. Round turn 14, round Bishop they go. How long is Sproul going to be able to hold up Reed? That's going to be the question. 26 minutes on the clock. So let's see how this one pans out. They're going to go down the Ulman. This is it. Reed is going to be looking at trying to take the inside line here. It's a good job we got all their little names on the screen. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a clue who they are in the dark.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you that much. At the moment, we're on board with Xander Reed. He's going to take the inside line from Samuel Sproul. Here he goes. He's going to go into Sunset. He's going to lock up the inside. Is Sproul going to be able to run him outside at the moment and get that switch back? Here we go to New Zealand.
Take it easy.
He's not going to do it.
Take it easy on my Kiwi. Someone's hold off there, Samuel. No favouritisms, of course, from this Australian caster, but he has held him off there, James, for now. Only for now, the side-by-side, but two for now. This is so close.
Yeah, on our inside, on our outside, Xander Reed got him. He got him going down there. He just wasn't brave enough, Samuel Sproul, to run that inside line. I thought he might have done because he did have a nice little run out of the coming down the start-finish straight there, but unfortunately he just did not get it this time around. All right, go back up onto live pictures at the top there as well. There's somebody flashing lights there frantically in the background. Jonathan Deckisher has just gone past Darren Rutherford. Deckisher's going to be on our left-hand side. There he is there. We're running side by side. We're going to try and go around turn 3 too wide. That's never going to work because you will get pushed out on the exit, as you just did. And unfortunately for you, sir, you've just lost a place to Jonathan Deckisher currently at this moment in time as well. Action all the way through the field. Jordan Miller, Dan Morero having another go at each other as well. So there is Jordan Miller with Matthew Wyckoff currently sitting in front of him. Tyler Anderson further back is just going to go past Luigi Santiago. He's got a job done. And then we've got Rob Rodriguez, Alex Witt and Colby Warren all within a second of each other currently.
Samuel's coming back.
Yep.
Oh, he's off the track. That's my bad there, Sammy. That's my bad.
Samuel Sproul is, well, he's there.
Oh.
Wow. That's broke.
That's not going to buff out, my friend. That's not going to buff out.
No amounts of duct tape is going to survive that one.
I feel bad. I just mentioned his name, and then the fence came out and hit him. I do apologise about that one, Samuel. We'll talk to those fences. We'll get them up in the shorts room later.
I'm not really sure if that's the what actually happened, but yeah, we'll go with that. Just go with that. 24 minutes remaining. They are going to do about 12 laps here, give or take a little bit, and we've got 23 and we're on lap 3 already, and we've got Mikey Hownick, Ayden Young, Michael McLeod and Jeremy Littleton all locked up side by side currently at this moment in time.
I have another favourite driver, of course, Ayden Young, remember? He was the man that got me into the PCUP Challenge Series, so we had to give young Ayden, the fiercely forward driver. I love that livery, James. It did eventually load, didn't it, of course, with all those 30 gladiators, and here he's putting some pressure on there. Remember, his qualifying was great. He's 4 positions gained too right now in this reverse grid. So, Ayden, get it done, my friend.
Yeah, we must thank Ayden as well. He does all the photos for me for the thumbnails, does Ayden Young. So he sends them to me on a weekly basis. So you can check him out down in the description. There is Ayden Young's Twitter if you want to reach out to him and get some photos done as well. So a big shout out to him for doing the photos for me for the thumbnails. So yeah, it's always good when somebody comes forward and is like, hey mate, can I do this for you? I'm like, yeah, if you want.
Ayden's got, as a young guy, like he said before, his dad really supports him, and of course it's important to have your family members support. We know for a fact, don't we, James? We speak to a lot of drivers, especially their wives and girlfriends, and say allow them the opportunity to spend hours on the racing sim. And Ayden's father really supports him, and Ayden can clearly see the improvement from this young man has been outstanding. And I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see him in top tier splits in the top racing series in no time. Unfortunately, Mikey's flashing a little bit in front of him, so that makes it a little bit more difficult for the overtake.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. This is, I don't know. I know some leagues are banned flashing. Some have said you're only allowed to flash once.
Oh, sorry, he was blinking with the netcode. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant light.
It wasn't flashing the headlights.
Well.
No. I completely messed up on that one. But yeah, you're right about the actual lights, of course, with drivers. Yeah, it can get a little bit annoying, especially when people just like, for some reason, flash to say you did something bad or not, and it just looked like it was regular.
Most of them just flash to put them off, and that's the annoying thing. Yeah. If you're going to get past them on track. You don't need to be flashing them. Colby Warren's got Alex Witt here. I'll give it Alex Witt, Noel Hanna and Armin Brewster a shout out. They're all sitting in chat together, having a good old convo, supporting the boy Alex, of course. Alex is a regular, normally going left on ovals for the BSC, but he's here in the PCUP this evening, still looking as quick as ever. Despite what car he goes in, he seems to be a bit speedy. Darren Rutherford and Jordan Miller are tucked up right behind her as well, as they're going to come down the start-finish straight. You see, we get some lights here, but we don't get loads. So if you're wondering who we're on board with, check out the timing tower on the left-hand side. It goes red or with the number car, so we're on board with Rutherford, also down on the bottom, and also down in the bottom right-hand corner. They've all got red next to them that will tell you who we are on board with in the dark. It's a very tough circuit when it's dark anyway, and this is even harder here at Sebring. And then top 4 are still locked battles as well, and then we've got 6, 7, 8 and 9 all together as well, Biggles.
I just saw, I didn't realize that the trees actually have some sort of neon highlighting or some LED highlighting around the trees, the palms before. I've never seen that before in my life. Then again, haven't been here too many times in nighttime racing. I think they should do what they do in the IMSA series as well, too, isn't it, my friend, where they add the LED on the side of the car so you can see the race position that they're in. And I think they should be allowed on-car glowing lights as well, too, that might match their livery for drivers to choose. iRacing, if you're paying attention.
They do
them, young Chow, unfortunately, my friend, has had a not a very happy moment.
No, he's down the order, unfortunately, for young Chow. His promotion to pros this week, and unfortunately, he slid down the order. We've got Adam Morrow tucked up right behind us here for Rob Rodriguez. Rob, unfortunately, has a double layer on his trading paints there, which is causing a problem with his livery in the bottom left-hand corner. So he can obviously go back. Alex Witt is behind Adam Morrow with Rob Rodriguez again. Witt and Rodriguez were all together in race 1. They still look like they're going to be together in race 2 here, which is 19 minutes remaining of a 30-minute feature. Oh, Morrow, settle. Oh,
no, mate, if gap car, go for it.
No,
That's what I say.
mate. He almost going to nearly terminated Rob Rodriguez there as well. Witt's now going to have the run on him going down into turn one. Witt should be pulling out. He is the third car. There's the lights from Alex Witt. Is he going to go for it in a Bojangles car? He's not. Gas is going to lead the way.
But I tell you who is going for it. I think Ayden. Yes, Ayden is. So, whoa! There's Mikey off. Mikey's off in there. I was going to say, there's a little picture there for you, James. Of course, we have all these fantastic tools in the broadcasting network of the best, JB. And once again, look at this. Michael McLeod now taking a challenge there on Mikey. That's your bottom right. That's the onboard. And has Michael McLeod got this one? He was chatting before there. I don't know how he was chatting. Dad Time Racing.
Yeah, they're going to be running side by side. Michael McLeod's going to try and have the inside line here. Not quite sure what that camera angle is. It's not a good one for me. So we'll swap over here. Michael McLeod in the pink and blue KY Jellyfish. I don't know why I've told you the livery, considering it's dark and you can't see it anyway. But there we go. We'll let you know. Oh, how it got a slide on there. He was almost going to go spinning round. But yeah, it's getting all very close.
As you said, mate, this is a true driving car. None of these assists or cheat codes. Got to get it done. And yeah, you go loosey-goosey on the rear end. If you go too loud on the loud pedal, the car will go screaming, unfortunately in the wrong direction. But so far, great racing. So maybe a switcheroo too between 7 and 8 there, James.
Witt and Morrow just swapped places again. Witt's gone through this time over Morrow as these guys are coming up. Car 25 is off. Jeffrey Seabrook, again, as I say, has had a rotten evening. I won't focus too much on Jeffrey, unfortunately. I'll give him a little bit of a break tonight. Doesn't want to be on camera for all the wrong reasons. He's terminated himself in the sprint, and it looks like he may have just terminated himself in the feature. That is at the top. No, he's underway again. Car number 25, currently going around Big Ben, turn 6. So, unfortunately for him. But
Big Ben?
Yeah,
Big Ben. Are we in the United Kingdom?
No, that's the name of
Big
the...
Bend.
Bend. Yeah, Big Bend.
Yes, I think you said Ben. Sorry,
no,
that's right.
No, that's the bell with the tower, isn't it?
Yeah, you should know. It's in your country.
I do know.
All right.
I've been there with the guy. I took the kids there. Yeah, it's a big clock.
Did you?
And then it rings. Yeah, I took the kids there. We went up for what was the Christmas lights.
It rings, right? Like I kind of miss that living in Latin America. You don't have that where the clock towers ring like on the hour, every hour and stuff like that. So you can kind of...
Yeah, it rings every hour. For me personally, if I lived near Big Ben at the point it was ringing at 2 in the morning, it would really annoy me. When
you're casting, you'd certainly know what time it would be, wouldn't you?
Oh, mate, don't. You'd want to go out and squish it. Adam Morrow's having a little bit of a blinking internet at the moment. I'm not going to sit on him too much because I have seen that crash in the iRacing before. So we're going to stay off Adam Morrow. No offence, Adam, of course. I do love you as always. But unfortunately, your blinking internet is blinking. No. Yeah.
Here's Tyler.
Not quite sure.
Anthony Robinson's tucked up behind. Jordan Miller, actually. And this is a nice little battle for P16 and P17 that's brewing on your picture screens there as well. We could try to... with 30 cars, mate, on track, give or take, it's good to have multiple camera angles and multiple things. We don't even get a chance to see replays very often.
We definitely do not there. So...
yeah, what other broadcasting networks brings you this entertainment? And, well, this is the reason why you need to have JB Broadcasting doing all your race broadcasting, because it's building up, isn't it, James? Poor James never gets to sleep. We know that.
What's sleeping? What is sleeping?
Do you broadcast in your sleep, James? I swear you do.
I must talk in my sleep at some point. The missus must go spare.
We'll have to ask your missus about that. Like,
no,
if
she
gets woke up in the middle of the night. Oh, Alex here, making a run. There it is, James. And that's a run for P9.
Adam Morrow trying to go up the inside of Alex Witt. He's going to overcook that, I think. Witt's going to try and get him on the switchback or the run around the outside. And Morrow held it. Fair play to you, sir. Witt's going to have another go, though. You can see him now. He's going to try and run around the outside. You don't really want to be on the outside of turn 1. You've got to respectfully leave gap now on the outside. Is he going to be able to try to cut back into 2? He's got to get on the gas. Don't forget Morrow's tightened up, so he's going to lose a little bit of speedy, but he ain't going to be able to do it this time. And,
Morrow's on the gas, mate. It says it twice on the back of the car. Gas.
Gas.
Yeah, come on, mate.
Yeah, so it's very, a lot of battles happening at the moment, and Alex Witt is involved in one of them. Shannon Moffrell and Matthew Wyckoff there as well. They're literally nose to tail currently, and with Jonathan Deckisher tucked up half a second behind him, of course. I would say in the green car, but there you go. You can just briefly see him under the lights there as he goes round.
Yeah, we need to get some track lighting here.
They've got it. That's what the cat's eyes are for around the side. The trouble is they're not great. 96 GTs, they're gutted for Sproul, especially after Spa on Sunday. Yeah. Oh, he's got Jonathan Degisher, got him. Got Shannon Ruffle around the outside. Rob Rodriguez and Adam Morrow are going to be side by side as well. What's Morrow going to be able to do here? Is he going to be able to get on the inside of Rodriguez? He's going for it. Can only go one way. And it was that way.
That was questionable. I don't quite sure why he wasn't turning on that one, unless he must get a little bit of a lock up on the brake and went forward.
Dude, he was never going to make that in a month of Sundays, and like straight up, he was never going to make that. That was just way too ambitious for his own good here. Watch him come shooting in here, Adam Morrow. He's way
and
too fast.
Rodriguez got involved somewhere around the back with that accident corner as well too, James.
They were never going to make it.
Yeah.
Morrow was not going to make it, and unfortunately for him, poor old Rodriguez is just sat there going, well, cheers, mate. Love you too. You know what I mean? That was just so over-ambitious from Adam Morrow, and you know, DM me after if you got an issue, but it's just...
I always say, mate, if gap car.
Yeah, but then not if gap, I'm going to go and torpedo somebody. It just doesn't work out. And he just carried far too much speed, and going round that turn into 13, it's just not an overtake position. Regardless if you straight line 12 and 11, it's just not an overtake position. You'd wait. And Morrow just, well, I don't know, he just either had a tech issue or he had some form of issue, because he just straight lined it, and Rodriguez being on the outside couldn't turn even if he wanted to. So, you know.
Maybe his cat just pulled the USB cable out at the last minute or something like that. We never know.
Yeah, Tyler Anderson just about to go out the inside as well.
What, switcheroo?
Job done for him.
You reckon? And he's got to lick the step and send it?
Oh, he's got McDonald's on his livery.
Oh!
Jordan,
there's that contact. Oh, well, I'm not quite sure if he agreed with McDonald's on that one there, James.
Yeah, maybe probably best not to mention that at the moment he goes off, but it is on the side there.
I prefer KFC or something like that.
I don't know. Tyler Anderson gave him a little jinx there as well. Mark Santana looks like he's having internet issues at the same time. He's blinking in and out of the timing tower. Rodriguez is trying to come through on Jordan Miller again. Of course, Rodriguez involved with Adam Morrow. Didn't really have much choice. Couldn't turn the corner. Morrow was on the inside. There was no way they were going to go right side by side, where one of them is torpedoing going straight, unfortunately. But I will say one thing, the benefits of that is Alex Witt just went, thank you very much, I'll have them two places. You put each other in the gravel trap.
That's why you got to just keep racing, get your head down. You never know what's going to happen up the road. As Dan Marrero, the 404 Costa Rican, I was going to say Colombian, my apologies, I can't call you that. They're a couple of countries away. But doing a solid job there on the back of Mark Santana. I'm trying to think of a Santana reference song there at the moment. You might pick up on that one.
He wrote one, didn't he? Maria.
It's a Mark, but it's not a Maria, it's Mark, but that's a great little definite battle.
I think it is, something like that.
Remind me how to break into a turn without torpedoing.
Yeah, Shannon Moffrell chucked up with Jonathan Degisher currently at the moment in time as well. And let's see how this one pans out. They're going to try and go here with Degisher in front, having a go at Matthew Wyckoff. Is Wyckoff going to be hold on to Degisher? That's going to be the question. We will see how this one pans out.
I think we have to find out after the short commercial break, of course. So,
are we having a
sponsored by
commercial?
Blackout. We'll be back soon. Okay, now you turn it to a blackout then.
Oh, what am I just supposed to turn it off or something?
Yeah, it's like a blackout. You know,
okay.
it's a scene.
Sorry, I didn't realise also just turn off the off button.
No.
Oh, we don't do that. Oh, all right. I'm not. Do we even know what's going on here this evening? It's so confusing.
There's so many cars, James. You got to tell them the choreograph. I got notes here. Somebody was saying I'm going to overtake X driver on X lap. I got that one. Yeah.
All
lap
right.
20, lap 11. Somebody's going to overtake. I got that one too. So yeah, they're trying to choreograph.
Somebody's going to overtake on lap 11. I love your notes. It doesn't even distinguish the driver name. It just goes, yeah, somebody's going to.
Well, it could be Rob Rodriguez right now and Jordan. That could be it. That's it. There, so I forgot the driver's name now, but he hasn't done it yet.
No, considering we're on lap 10 here as well. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah.
These guys going up now through turn 9 into turn 10. Rodriguez has got to be looking at trying to go up the inside. He is. He's going to be last on the brakes.
Last space. Yep.
Almost contact there as well.
The pink machine in the background there. Is that Young?
I believe, yeah, Young Choi. Yeah.
Young Choi. Good. Yeah.
With Michael Carrillo. Now they're going to lock onto the back of Jordan Miller, unfortunately for him. So, poor Miller. He could, unfortunately... Young Choi coming through all at the same time. Don't forget, this is promotion week for Young Choi. Shannon Moffrell, Jonathan Dekeshat and Darren Rutherford. This is a little freeway with Matthew Wyckoff leading the way, of course. So Matthew is up front.
Here it is. Yep, there it is. So that should be Jonathan, right on script. This says you do overtake into turn 1. So here it is. That's what you gave me in the notes, James.
He's not going to make. Is he going to make this one right? He is. Jonathan Dekeshat pushes Wyckoff out and makes the change of position. Question for Wyckoff, is Shannon Moffrell going to try and follow him through up into turn 2? He gets that job done as well over Matthew Wyckoff. So Wyckoff now has lost 2 positions in 2 corners. Is he going to lose another one to the charging Darren Rutherford, of course? Is that going to be coming down?
Does he have damage or something, James? I mean, all of a sudden you're dropping some pace after being doing such a solid drive?
I think it was one of them.
Curious.
The problem was he just got pushed out. And when you got pushed out there as well, it just, unfortunately, you're off the line. So the other person follows the overtaking car through, and they're just basically sat there going, well, I can't get in here, so it's easier for me just to lose places. And it looks like Wyckoff and Rutherford on the same team here as well, both in the same Valhalla Motorsport team livery. So for them guys, they are together, of course. So I'm expecting, hopefully, the first rule of racing, don't take out your teammate, but I've seen that plenty of times.
Well, Michael McLeod at the moment for the KY Jellyfish racing team, the 115 machines. Under pressure there from the 619 machine of Jeremy Littleton. That's it, sorry.
Littleton.
Sorry, I apologise. I am the Biggles butcher of names. Everybody knows that. That's why I rely on James to get it correct.
Yeah, thanks,
somebody says Poggers out there in the chat. I haven't heard the word Poggers in ages. It's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming up now.
So.
Contact between the two. Michael Carrillo. And that
Mikey, no.
And that
don't make us say no, Mikey, no.
Random spin that the wonderful world of iRacing does when you hit the grass, unfortunately. You do end up spinning round, coming back on, which is just completely and utterly random. And really, probably from Michael Carrillo there, he's not going to be too chuffed about that. So there you go. The two boys from Valhalla are just about swapping places. Either that or they're going to end up trying to not take each other out going into turn 1, and it is Darren Rutherford gets past his teammate Matthew Wyckoff.
Look at the pictures, James. I can't even look at the liveries. Can you even see the liveries? There you can.
Gold, black, and gold, silver, and black. It's great.
Yeah, every once in a while you see like a street light might light up those liveries, so you kind of get an idea where they are. Naturally, you can know, if you're watching the stream, you know where they are because down the very left-hand side at the bottom will tell you what the driver that James is focusing on. As well as if you look at the timing table, it'll have a red icon as the driver is focusing on, just in case you're new to iRacing.
Yeah, it gives you a rough idea who is who. Michael McLeod has got Jeremy Littleton coming up right behind him. Of course, Littleton, the leader of the AMS tonight. So I will keep an eye out for any messages from Michael who will go, James, we need to promote so-and-so. And I'll go, okay. And now we're going to go to the pink machine of Young Choi with Jordan Miller. Unfortunately for Jordan Miller, he is literally dropping down the order here.
Yep, like a SpaceX super heavy rocket.
Oh, God blimey.
I'm going to do it again, aren't I?
What is it with you and that rocket?
It's within 24 hours, okay, so we can milk it.
Yeah, but come up with something else. I don't know.
Well, I've used the stock exchange. What was the one you used the other day, actually? Come on, you've got those dropping puns.
Yeah, it was...
Drop us one.
It was dropping down the order faster than the Titanic in the ocean.
There you go. Bingo, that was the one. I love that. That was actually, I think it was on the Formula 1 series the other night. Anyway.
Oh, Choi. Oh, Young Choi, round turn 13. We saw how that one doesn't work out with Rodriguez and Morrow earlier on. Sensible thing would be do what Young Choi's done, sat behind him and wait for him to come down the Ullman and try and get him down into Sunset. The last corner on this very bumpy airfield in America, of course.
Is it an airfield?
It used to be an old airfield, yes.
Oh, that's going to remind me of Silverstone then. And yeah, well, sunset, my friend. Unfortunately, there is not a big ball of helium and nitrogen in the air right now.
Do you know the interesting thing in Silverstone, mate? If you look at the track map from above, you can still see parts of the original runway. It performed an X across the middle of the track.
Did they film some of that Top Gear? Maybe
that I'm not sure. That I'm not sure of. But if you have a look at the track map on Google Earth, you can see I think it's the bottom right-hand corner of the X and the bottom left of the X of the original runway.
Yeah, it was an old World War II airfield.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, but young Choi has now got Adam Morrow right behind him, of course, hopefully not repeating the same issue they had with Rob Rodriguez. Poor old Rodriguez there was just a passenger in an incident that somebody else had, and he just couldn't make the corner. And Alex Witt mopped up and said, thank you very much here. Young Choi goes round the outside, coming down into Big Ben. Morrow's trying to go as well. He's going round the outside, coming down into the hairpin. How is this going to work out for Jordan Miller and Adam Morrow? Morrow's got nowhere to go. Young Choi goes in deep. They're going to back up. He's going to back them up into each other like a accordion. Squashing them all together. Here we go, young Choi.
Come on, he's got the McDonald's livery on there too, so it should give him a bit of a boost there, especially from James.
Morrow's blinking out as well. On the inside, going round 10. Morrow's trying to follow Choi through. Morrow gets the job done there. Jordan Miller gives him a lot more respect. Adam Schmitz on the outside. He's going to try and run round 13 and say thank you very much. Not normally a passing place there as well, but Miller just lost 3 places in the matter of seconds. And unfortunately for him, he is now sitting down the order in 21st place. So there we go. Top Gear was another airfield. It was Dunsford Aerodrome. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, was it? Okay, thank you very much for that. James, real quick there, recap, because we're coming down to the final couple of minutes left of this one. If you'd like to show the winners and gainers in this one as well, too, because some of these gladiators have gained a lot of positions. I think Shannon has gained 16 positions. I think Darren Roffield has gained 15 positions, so not too bad, because Xander Reed's gained 7. Doing a brilliant job there it is. So, yep, that's for the feature race, of course, with a reverse grid. And you have to say, brilliant for some of these drivers. What's happening, James? What's happening?
He's going to try and... he didn't sweep up the inside there of young Choi. Choi was like, nope, not this time around, sir. Morera and Santana and Witt, of course. There's Witt, there's Morera and Santana together. Santana is the lead car in the white, the orange and the black, of course. And I'm only being flashed because it's down in my left-hand corner and I can tell you what colour he's in. Other than that, I wouldn't be able to.
Adam's taking a run as well.
Yeah, we had to go here as well. We're going to be over the final lap of the race. We'll switch to picture in picture. We'll have the Morrow-Schmidt battle on screen and the Morera battle with Santana. I'm on Morrow. And oh, no!
Uh-oh.
Morrow is
just
round.
Like that.
Just
almost
like
on
that.
The last lap of the race, James. With a minute and change to go, it's all gone pole-shaped. Exactly. Yeah. So Dan's going to try to do something about Santana here. And that's the other closest battle that's on track before Xander Reed will visit Barney for the first time. Second time, of course, actually. Xander Reed's just a machine.
Yeah, he's just taken the white flag. Santana's on the right here. Morera's on the inside. Is Morera going to have a go? He's trying to hug the inside line. He's got to lock it up. He's got to get on the accelerator, aim it for the wall, and hope that you don't end up in it. They're going to be running side by side. I think Santana's lost that position. He has. He's going to try and tuck in now as they go down into turn 1. He's going to try and switch back if he can. Take it early. Get the run out of 1 up the outside of 2. Oh, okay. Not this time. So there we go. But Xander Reed looks like he's going to take another victory in the pros, and in the AMs it's going to be Jeremy Littleton.
Yeah, so, Jeremy Littleton is considering he actually dropped 1 place in this race.
Yeah,
solid performance.
He's just gone around and done his business, hasn't he? He ain't needed anybody else. You know what I mean?
Well, if you don't get visit him very often on the camera, of course, on the broadcast, that means you're just having a nice, quiet race. A lot of drivers like that. They, just get out there, do their thing. Some drivers are like, no, they want to be spotlights, hogs of the spotlight, don't they? They want to be the action. They show off their fantastic liveries and show off their side-by-side racing skills.
Yeah, it's almost like, hey, Mum, I'm on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
no hands.
Yeah, look,
going
Mum,
to a corner.
look, Mum, I'm on TV. So, but unfortunately, you know, as for showing off their amazing liveries, we're only seeing flashes of them at certain points of the track. Xander Reed is coming round up to the final turn. He is coming round Sunset there, the number 1 car on your track map on the top right-hand corner. Jonathan Deckish is going to try and have a run round turn 14. He's not going to make it. I don't believe this time. Is he going to get the inside for 15? I need to go. Xander Reed is going to go and come across the line. Mark Santana and Deckish. Deckish is going to run up the inside through 15. He's going to get the job done on the last lap. Oh, where you gone? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Jeremy Littleton is going to come across the line and take the victory in the arms. There is Jeremy, just gone about his business tonight. Great job from you, sir. Well done. But Jonathan Deckish looks like he's going to have the job done over Santana. This is coming in. What about Adam Schmidt and Young Choi? They're coming through 15. And see how these ones locked up. But it is going to be Reed and then Young and then Howanick in third. So there we go. Same formation as it was for the feature, by the way, just to let you know.
Really?
It was exactly as it is there on the feature race. And so there we go. Oh, he's going to send it out the inside of Choi. Oh, no. You're going to stop it, Schmidt. Choi's going to come back. This is going to be the run down into the line. Here we go. Is it going to be Choi? Is it going to be Schmidt? I think Schmidt's going to hold on. Nah, he does.
I wonder what that was. Close as 89 thousandths of a second, I think it was there, James.
Oh, there we go, sir. Don't want to be doing that one. Yeah, in the arms, of course, there was only one person in the mix, and that was Moreira, because obviously Rodriguez was involved in the incident earlier on. But here are your results for your feature. When you're ready.
Yeah, when, there you go. Go ahead.
Xander Reed is your winner. Ayden Young in second. Mikey Hownick third. Exactly the same formation on the podium there as the first race. Michael McLeod in fourth, Jeremy Littleton fifth, Colby Warren sixth, Alex Witt seventh, Dan Moreira eighth, Jonathan Deckish ninth, Mark Santana 10th, Darren Rutherford 11th, Shannon Moffrell 12th, Matthew Wyckoff 13th, Anthony Robertson 14th, Sean Mulholland 15th, Rob Rodriguez 16th, Tyler Anderson and Adam Schmidt round out your top 18. And then beyond that one, we have got Young Choi, Jordan Miller, Carl Ribbing, Adam Morrow, Luigi Santiago, Gary Watson, Charles Edward, Michael Carrillo, Jeffrey Seabeck and Samuel Sproul. Ariel Julian and Patrick Hinkston was your top 30. So there we go. Another incredible evening of racing here. Don't forget, we have got the Europeans on Sunday, of course. So tune in for that one. That would be live around about 20 past 7.
James, we don't need to worry about those Europeans. This is the best continent on the planet, the Americas. And Australia, of course. Yes, definitely.
Maybe.
Europeans, it's just as exciting, isn't it? Like, just as massive grid that there is, and the strength of field, the strength of the driver's rating, and stuff like that is just amazing. I believe we're going to have a couple of these gladiators in here this evening, James, for a quick chat.
Yeah, Xander Reed can come and join us first, of course. Xander, double victory this evening there, buddy. Well done to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we'd even gone around the first corner, you made up like 5 places there in the feature. Absolutely barnstorming start for you.
Thank you. It was one of my better starts in these races. I was really happy with how good of a launch I got, and to get P3 in turn 1, it's pretty good.
I love the fact that you turn around and say it was one of my better races, right? And the fact that you went and took 5 places before we even got off. Yeah, it was a right start, Most people would be like, yeah, no, look at me. I whizzed off the line like an absolute rocket. Xander's just too cool for that. He's just like, meh. It was okay. Overall,
not a SpaceX rocket, James.
Yeah, it was going there as well. Xander, look, it does you in a world of good in the championship, buddy, as well. Still, top of the scoreboard. That's got to be something to take out of this, isn't it, this evening? Secured, kept the top spot going.
Yeah, I was super happy to get all 60 points tonight. Felt good to get both wins at my home race. So, yeah.
Yeah, next we're going on to Le Mans there, bud, as well. How are you at Le Mans? Well, I think it's going to be just an utter draft fest of one going down that Mulsanne, of course. But what do you think of Le Mans?
I think it's one of the best tracks in the world. It'll be a really fun race, especially in these cars. And with how clean everybody is, I think it'll be a really good race.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be an incredible one there as well. Xander, thank you so much for joining us. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go, bud?
Mom, dad, brother, everybody at Qualy that helps me. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, then, mate. And we look forward to seeing you next week at Le Mans.
Thank you.
Take care. Right, next up we have got Ayden Young here as well. Ayden, 2 second places this evening. You got to be happy with that, haven't you, overall?
Yeah, this is a good result from me. Obviously very happy with that, because last season I had a bit of an unlucky one. Here was where I lost the championship, so super happy to double P2, especially with finishing second to a driver as fast as Xander. Obviously he's 7K, but he's a Porsche Mobil junior driver, which means he's super quick and he deserves to be on that team. He's a really good driver, really clean, really fast. I enjoyed the racing today. It was really fun. It was funny because in both races, my spotter was saying, Xander Reed has just set the fastest lap of the race, and then the next time I'd come around and say, you've just set the fastest lap of the race. And the next lap, Xander would set it. So we were trading fastest laps there for a little bit, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, it must feel good when you're able to keep up with, obviously, somebody, as you say, 7K I rating, absolutely speed demon there as well. But going forward for you, what's your ambitions for this season?
Try to get myself in the championship fight and get top 5 finishes as much as possible, and just have fun throughout the season. Make sure to try and drive the best I can each race, and try and get better so I can continue to keep up with Xander, because Xander's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, I think it's all going to be in the same boat there as well. Ayden, thank you so much for joining us, Ben. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yes, I'd like to give a shout out to you guys for the awesome commentating. You do a very good job. Biggles for being a funny guy. He makes the streams fun to watch because he goes back and I get to have a laugh at some of the puns he throws in, and then you put some in there as well, so I have a good laugh from listening to the stream. I'd like to thank my dad for coming in here, sitting down with me a couple times during the week to help me sing where I need to improve and whatnot. And then I'd also like to thank my team Fiercely Forward for watching and cheering me on, and my friends for spotting for me.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much, Ayden, there as well, for your kind words, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next week in Le Mans.
Yep, thank you.
Take care. All right, next in the booth is Michael McLeod. Michael, 2 4th place finishes this evening. Didn't quite break the podium, but I'm sure the ambition's there for next week at Le Mans. Michael, welcome in. Hope you're well.
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Not bad, mate. Not bad at all.
Hope you had fun watching it, just as much fun as I did racing it. It was intense. The competition every season, every week just seems to be getting better and better. Definitely, I think I need my own dad to be my coach. I think that's what I'm missing here.
Yeah, I don't know. How would that work out? Is Dad a driver?
He drove for the transit, so he can drive a train and a bus, but I don't know if he knows how to race.
Yeah, probably not the best thing. I'd probably look for a different option on that one. But there we go, mate, as well. Going forward onto Le Mans, do you like Le Mans?
I've honestly never done it before. I think it's going to be a bit of a draft chess match. I think it's just isn't just a long straight chicane, long straight. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to that. So it's going to be really interesting, especially in a car with no ABS.
Yeah, it will be. It's a long straight chicane. Well, it depends if you've got the historic or the normal. If you've got the normal, then you've literally got a long straight chicane, long straight chicane, long straight chicane. A few wigglies in the middle, around Dunlop and that and the Porsche curves, but then you go long straight chicane. So there we go.
Oh wow, what a track! It's like Monza on steroids.
Yeah, absolutely, as well, bud, there as well. But thank you so much for joining us, Michael. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
The podium getters of this race, Mikey Hownick. Next time, buddy, come on into the booth here if there's ever time, and join these guys for an interview. Would love to hear from you. Ayden and Xander, as of course, for being our youth of the league, and absolutely everyone in our league that is just here to race with us and enjoy it with us, and you guys.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Michael, for having us along for this amazing series. And we'll look forward to catching up with you next week at Le Mans.
Okay, thanks. I'll see you guys later.
See you later. Right, Biggles, there we go. Round it out for us in one sentence before we close what has been an absolute epic evening of racing.
Well, James, I wanted somebody to describe the film Ford versus Ferrari is about in Le Mans terms. There you go.
Okay.
It's been cracker.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining us, guys, as well. And as always, from myself and the mighty Dean Biggles up here in the booth, you all take care. Have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on a track sometime. Good night.